that they could never do. I'll keep playing along with all of you. I'll keep playing along. I'm thinking euro, euro. I'm thinking euro, euro. I'm thinking euro, euro. I'm thinking euro, euro. Where we'll be walking together, I will see you in the end. I'll take you where you've never been and bring you back again. Listen to me with your eyes, I'm watching you from in the sky. If you forget, I'll fade away. I'm asking you to let me stay. So bathe me in your magic light and keep it on into this night. I need you here to keep me strong, to live my life and sing along. I'm waiting for you wide awake, like your expensive poison snake. You found me here inside a dream. Walk through the fire straight to me. Ha 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 ha. Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, a 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lie. Been an angel all year, Santa baby.
Rosalina, happy Valentine's to all the crew, yeah.
Santa honey,
Whoops.
one little thing
My
I
bad.
really need, the deed to a platinum mine, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa cutie, and fill my stocking with a duplex and checks. Sign their X on the line, Santa cutie, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Come and trim my Christmas tree with some decorations bought at Tiffany's. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Santa baby, forgot to mention one little thing. A ring. I don't mean on the phone, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry tonight.
I don't want to.
Ah, the music was supposed to stop. Okay, whatever. All right. So, first off, before we get into the submissions, I'm waiting because there's only like 4 submissions at the moment. So I'm just trying to buy time. Anyways, so I thought I would go over some of the music that I've made to showcase like that I at least know a little bit about music, because that's sort of the thing is like for me personally, if I was going to submit my music to somebody, I'd want to make sure they actually like know how to make at least good music, you know? But yeah, so this is one of the, I think this is pretty much the most recent thing that I've made music wise. And I already made a post or like a clip about it. Ignore this. But I already made a clip on my YouTube channel about it. I'm gonna do that real fast. If I go to YouTube Studio. But yeah, this is the whole thing that I sent to Aqua and Mega and Necrolina, and they all really liked it and gave it a 9, which surprised me, I'm not gonna lie. And so I had, my time limit was 30 minutes. I know that I made it in less than 30 minutes, but I was not paying attention to the clock at all, so I have no fucking clue how long it actually took me. But yeah, pretty much the process was I looked up Aqua, I think it was like Aqua original song, because I was just trying to find like an original song from at least one of them that I could sample. And this was the first thing that popped up. I actually don't know if it's an original song by Aqua or not, but yeah, so pretty much all I did is I just pitched it down. Or no, I didn't actually pitch it at all. All I did was time stretched it, and then the pitching already sounded like that when I did the time stretching, and I liked how that sounded. Originally it sounded more like let's see, I can probably clone it. And now if I do none on the time stretching. So that's how it originally sounded. All I did was time stretch it to fit the BPM that I was going for, which I went with 100. I also used Aerosmith's Walk This Way drums. And usually, I'll showcase this in a second, but usually I actually layer drums, so I'll have like live drums, and sometimes I'll also go in here and use like some live hi-hats, you know? And fuck you. And I'll like layer it all together to get the sound that I want. But once again, I was on a time crunch. I had to make this beat, I had to write lyrics, I had to record the fucking verse and shit. Sorry, my internet is dying apparently. So anyways, I was on a very heavy time crunch, and so I didn't do what I usually do.
Fish in a small pond, I'm a megalodon. You don't wanna test with the best, I'm bringing in the pressure every time I come a step. Press play, no pause, got the bite and the bark in the heart of a don. I ate.
So yeah, that's what it ended up sounding like. I also have all of these is what I used. I used vocal doubler, which usually I actually don't use that, but I didn't have time to make it sound any better, so I just said fuck it, and I put vocal doubler on to give my vocals a bit more space, you know? And yeah, so then all I did was I just made the sample quieter so that it wasn't overtaking my vocals, and then I used a basic Maximus clear master to pretty much master the track. Just real fast, you know, since once again, I didn't have a lot of time. But so here's an example of how my beats usually actually look. So this is another one that I just used a sample on. And then I took some drums from the Honey Drippers' Impeach the President. I made my own bass line here, which there's... Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I used the 5-string bass to make it sound like a live bass, and then I used an 808 layered on top of that to give it a bit more of that, like, deep bass sound. So without the 5-string, this is what it sounds like. Doesn't sound nearly as good. And without this one, it doesn't really have that deep bass. So by combining the two. And then, like I said, I usually layer my own drums that I make myself on top of all of it. Because if I only have this without the live drums, it doesn't really sound that good. The drums sound super empty. But then if I don't have this, the drums don't have as much kick to them, so by combining the live drums and my own, like, program drum sounds, you can hear the kick and the snare just have a lot more of an impact to them. So it sounds a lot better. And then I also made a trap beat over here. And then for the bass, all I did is I just used the 808 because of the trap beat. But yeah, so hopefully that goes to show that I have some knowledge when it comes to music, at least. And then another thing is I have this channel right here, Prod26, where I just upload like edits of music. So this is a beat that I made that I put then the N95 by Kendrick Lamar vocals on top of.
Perception, take off the cap with the hot pad. Take off the unload, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. What do you have? You ugly as fuck.
And then I also recreated the original Element instrumental, which used an Aretha Franklin sample.
Just say
I know I can't afford to stop. I'm just out of reach of your finger.
I'm willing to die for this shit. I done cried for this shit. Might take a line for this shit. Put the Bible down and go out for a knife for this shit. DOT, my enemy, won't catch a vibe for this shit.
Hey, so yeah. And then this is one of my more popular ones, although actually the Element one is my most popular one. But this is one that like blew up. This was the first one that blew up for me.
Police on my hit list, nothing fighting.
So yeah, I would say my weakest thing when it comes to music is probably my mastering. But yeah, so I don't have anything else to waste time with. So let's just get right into it. So this first one is from Mojo Flows, who I have collaborated with in the past. And yeah, so this is One Day Cypher, and all he wants is just like, let me know which verse stood out to you. I think Mojo Flows makes his own beats, but I can't really remember. So this features quite a few artists. All right, let's give it a listen. Let me also see if I can find it on Genius. Assumedly, I won't be able to, but maybe I can. Hey, I can. Okay.
Yeah, from my inception, I've been led to deception. What's the concept behind conception when the lives that we lead all end in a lesson? But who's to say that the path less traveled is the right way? Woke up today and I stayed in the fog. Another verse spilled in my filled catalog. This view.
Okay. I think the first thing that I would say is maybe the flow. I'm not super big on the flow.
Lead all end in a lesson. But who's to say?
And also, so I think mixing wise, let me actually make sure I'm not fucking this up, because I might be. Yeah, I am. Okay, there we go. Let's give it another listen. The mix was off because I accidentally turned some setting on. Yep, all my settings are turned off now, so this is the actual song.
From my inception.
Okay, yeah.
I've been
Mixing sounds better
deception.
now.
What's the concept behind conception when the lives that we lead all end in a lesson? But who's to say that the path less traveled is the right way? Woke up today and I stayed in the fog. Another verse spilled in my filled catalog.
There's beauty all around, you can see it and feel it. If you're in tune with the frequencies, God will reveal it.
Oh! What in the hell is going on with my internet, bro? Dude, my internet is actually dying right now. You gotta be shitting me. I hate everything. Dude, what is going on? Let me check something real fast. I might have to postpone this video or stream now. Okay, seems to be fine again. Okay, but I wanted to say, so yeah, I noticed the whole power flower internal rhyme. Let's see, there's beauty all around. So yeah, around. Frequencies, God will reveal it. There's lessons in the loss. Tune with the frequencies. Stand it no matter the outcome. But yeah, so there's like around right here. Let's see. Lessons in the loss. When you start understand it, no matter the outcome, you're never leaving empty-handed. So yeah, feel it, reveal it, stand it, handed. I know there's more to this. I can feel it in my soul. Felt the power of a miracle. That's all I need to know. I've seen a flower grow through the concrete. That's a dope reference to Tupac. So I know that anything is possible. My dreams seem beyond reach. Okay. Yeah, there's some good internal rhymes in here. And then the multi-syllable rhymes. Yeah, I think Big Jess so far, great verse. I think the flow was also really done. Like, it was really nice. Because, like, when it comes to flow, when it sounds effortless and, like, I mean, you know, it's in the word flow. If you, one, like, criticism Eminem gets a lot, and got a lot, like, after, fucking Revival and everything after that, is his flow was like that janky, it just wasn't very good. It like would stop and then start and then stop and then start. And that's kind of the thing when it comes to flow is when it comes to a good flow, usually it just sounds really smooth. It doesn't really sound like those stop, start, stop, start. It just kind of goes. And I think that's what Big Jess pulled off really well.
Say that the path less traveled is the right way. Woke up today and I stayed in the fog. Another verse spilled in my filled catalog. This beauty.
But I definitely think like these last lines, I think the flow was a lot better in these last lines than it was at the beginning.
All around, you can see it and feel it. If you're in tune with the frequencies, God will reveal.
On the blink, you're dead.
my soul. I felt the power of a miracle, that's all I need to know. I've seen a flower grow through the concrete, so I know that anything is possible when my dreams seem beyond
What is
reach.
life beyond the blink and death beyond the passage? Heaven is a soundtrack of your life being remastered. I've been casted as an outcast because I cast out with
Ooh.
the world office.
Oh.
I got fortune beyond the
Oh shit. Okay. The oh god, what's that word? Oh my god. 1 second. God, why can't I think of alliteration? Thank you, Google. Yeah, the alliteration right here with casted, outcast, cast out, like that's fucking dope. He also did the same thing here, beyond blink. Yeah. Beyond blink, beyond. Let's see. Okay.
cash route. Walk through my valley of the shadow of death.
Oh,
Life
okay.
being remastered. I've been casted as an outcast because I cast out with the world office. I got fortune beyond the cash route. Walk through my valley of the shadow of death. Where the spirit is the shield you use to batter your flesh. There's a bigger picture beyond gold stars and stickers. I rap for the food. You can keep the liquor.
Think about the world.
Okay, those were some nice references, you know, walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but then also a rap for food, you can keep the liquor. That's a reference to Lupe Fiasco. Food and liquor, that's dope. Let's see, yeah. Spirit is the shield they use to battle your flesh. There's a bigger picture beyond gold stars and stickers. I rap for the food, you can keep the liquor. Oh man. It's life beyond a blink and death beyond a passage. Heaven is the soundtrack of your life being remastered. I've been casted as an outcast because I cast out. Yeah, that was a dope verse.
Spirit is the shield you use to batter your flesh. There's a bigger picture beyond gold stars and stickers. I rap for the food. You can keep the liquor.
Think about the world in shadows. Would you open up those eyes? Every day feels cursed. Visualizing you might find that the truth is just a eye. Create peace through the mind, and illusion separates the roots between you and I. Born for the game, and I'm ready to bring the ruckus. Swallowing on a rat race like a monkey in the jungle, crawling through all the struggle. El Chapo with the smuggle, and I take it all the way. Be warned, I'm the trouble.
So one thing that I would say for Vish is that they could work on their enunciation. The enunciation's a little rough. If I wasn't reading the lyrics, I probably would have had a harder time understanding exactly what words they were saying. There was a lot of like slurring there. It also sounds like Vish just isn't like just doesn't seem like it's their first language probably. So, you know, understandable that their enunciation wouldn't be great. But because of that slurring, the flow also feels a little rough on that one. But so far, like, the mixing is pretty good. I think the only thing that I would say for the beat is, like, personally, I like it when my kicks kick, you know? So that would be the only thing that I would say is, like, the kick could hit a bit more.
I race like a monkey in the jungle, crawling through all the struggle. El Chapo with the smuggle, and I take it all the way. Be warned, I'm the trouble.
Most of my days gray, but those days change. When the rain lifts, no pain stays, just fragments. Gradients 360 radiate my wavelength, full of color like a halo placed by angel's grace. Guess it's safe to say I'm blessed in a major way. Guess I'll stay and play and test myself to grade this game. Could be gone any day, so I'm here standing strong on this song for the lost who've been led astray.
Let's see. Usually, if you're gonna end a bar like without an actual rhyme, it's better to do that for a reason, you know? Like there's plenty of rappers who have done a bar where like the ending of the bar doesn't fit the rhyme scheme that was going on. But like, it like sometimes it's something funny, like I never fall off the rhyme. But then of course rhyme doesn't actually rhyme with anything else in the like verse. So it's like a funny thing. Or I can't think of any examples off the top of my head right now, but I know that I have heard verses from rappers where there's a bar that doesn't actually end in a rhyme. And usually if you do that, you want to do it for like a specific reason. Yeah, it's not like an internal rhyme or anything. So yeah, that just kind of stands out. But not for like a good reason, you know? Like, yeah, you could actually have it end in a non-rhyme. But like, if you're gonna have something end in a non-rhyme, make sure that it's saying something, because maybe you ended in a non-rhyme because you want what you're saying to stand out. But this isn't really saying anything that feels like it needs to stand out, you know? The only other thing would be like the just the overall fucking delivery of the verse feels a little stale. There could be just a little bit more emotion, maybe.
I'll stay and play and test myself. The greatest game could be gone any day, so I'm here standing strong on this song for the lost who've been led astray.
Like, I think those last couple lines are actually pretty good.
When it rains, I be getting too lost in my thoughts. Look around, everybody are the same, are they not? Reminisce about the times we weren't lost yet. I've been looking at my moms get older. I've been looking at my shadows get smaller. I've been feeling like my summer is over, but it's only the winter and the spring is closer.
For Manu, I would say, like, similar things from, like, what I say with Vish. The enunciation could use some work. There's just a little bit of slurring in there, which makes the flow feel a little sloppy. But once again, it sounds like they're probably not, like, a native English speaker. But yeah, that's really all I can say for Manu. Let's see.
I see the autumn leaves and I fall to my knees. Yesterday's gone and it's blowing in the breeze. This world is so cold, I get caught up in the freeze. Waiting on the day we get higher degrees. Oh please, dear Lord, could you give me a sign that everything will work out fine? Like a snowflake, I'll be one of a kind. And I use my inner light to create my shine.
Okay. I feel like the rhymes are a little bit like boring. So this is just me personally. If I'm writing a rap, I usually at least do one of two things. I either do multi-syllable rhymes, or I do internals, or sometimes I do both, you know? For instance, if we go back to like that verse that I wrote, I can pull it up on SoundCloud. Once again, this was a verse that I made in 20 minutes, so it's not, like, that great. It's not, like, it's alright, you know? But big fish in a small pond, I'm a megalodon. You don't want to test with the best. I'm bringing in the pressure every time I come a step. Press play, no pause. Got the bite and the bark and the heart of a dawn. So, like, there's a lot of internals going on. I ace everything that I put my mind to. Ain't no rest too close. It's a cousin of death. When I fly high, I'm a spaceship. Alien. And so right here, I actually do have a thing that doesn't rhyme at all. And it's not necessarily something that I think should stand out. And I mostly just didn't rhyme because I was in a time crunch and I couldn't think of anything. That was kind of it. So yeah, this right here I would have a problem with personally. Rest. Yeah. alien waves, you ain't really want to press this. Rest is never on my mind. Took 30 whole minutes just to write these rhymes and make a whole beat. So you can see I'm doing like internal rhymes and whatnot. So I'm keeping it like interesting. And I think that's one thing that could be worked on here. The verse overall just wasn't that interesting. I think her delivery was pretty solid. I think it could use a little bit more emotion, but I think the delivery overall was pretty good. It kept me interested, but the lyrics themselves, the only thing that really stood out as like a, oh yeah, I like that, was the whole, like a snowflake, I'd be one of a kind. I thought that was pretty funny. But like nothing really stood out in here. So if you want your like verse to stand out, doing multiple syllables or internal rhymes, because like think about it, when I so far like with Big Jess, there was like all the internals and whatnot, and I was all like, oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Or the other thing you can do is like with Motif, having a lot of references, which is something that I did in here with the whole ain't no rest too close is a cousin of death, you know. And then I also had like some I had like a pun here with the press play no pause, got the bite and the bark in the heart of a dawn. Get it? Pause, bite, bark, haha. But yeah, so like just doing stuff like that to keep the verse interesting, either, you know, having like bars that are funny or people can dig into in some way, or having internals or multi-syllable rhymes, or fuck it, do all of it. You know, if you really want a standout verse, doing all of that will make it a standout verse. All right, so now we're on to Low Country. Let me back it up.
I be one of a kind, and I use my inner light to create my shine.
As I steer through the storm, I sense fear, but nothing's near. I grab a helmet, then my gear to overwhelm the current of the sea. Man, I knew that life was hard, but I ain't seen what's in the deep. All that lies down beneath, I face the wind with no tears, cause I'm kinda like Odysseus. On this journey through the storm, I conquer everything I'm witnessing, cause I could work through anything, man. This right here kinda ridiculous. Low. Every time.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty solid ending, honestly. This is something that I haven't really thought of, but like, for instance, Khan, K-A-A-N, that rapper, he used to end all of his verses with like, Lord, knowledge, you know? So like having like something distinctive about your verses where you always end it like in a specific way, I think that's it's kind of like a producer tag in a way, but it's your rapper tag, you know, you end your verse like that. And I think that can add a little bit of like character to your verse as well. So I honestly like that. When he said Odysseus, instantly in my head, I started like creating my own thing there, where I was like, I face no tears because I'm kind of like Odysseus. This is this, and like kind of just in my head, I started doing shit like that, where it was just gonna be like I think following up Odysseus with some like super rhyme heavy bars would have been really interesting. Odysseus, this is it. Feeling I'm on the precipice, you know, something like that could have been really interesting. So then having it go from Odysseus, I'm on this journey, come through, and then like Odysseus doesn't really rhyme with witnessing. They didn't even try to rhyme it with witnessing. I feel like they could have done better. They could have gone Odysseus. Let me think. They could have made it, instead of witnessing, they could have made it witnesses. Odysseus. So they could have gone like Odysseus, witnesses, which obviously would have sounded kind of stupid, but at least it would have rhymed. Yeah, like this whole ending doesn't really rhyme at all. Anything, man. Ridiculous at least rhymes with Odysseus. I'm not seeing any internals. Let's see, through the storm, I conquer everything I'm witnessing because I can work through anything, man. This right here is kind of ridiculous. So like it would have been better if they went like, you know, I'm kind of like Odysseus, ridiculous. I'm killing all of this. It is. Feeling I'm on the precipice. You know, something like that could have been really interesting. There's also, like, I don't know if it showed up on my VTuber model, but I kind of cringed when you went, like, current of the sea, because it breaks up the flow, and it didn't rhyme with near. Obviously, they did rhyme near with gear, so, like, that makes up for it a little bit, but not really, because then C, I mean, it kind of rhymes with deep, but not really. So, like, there's some issues I have with the rhymes and whatnot, and, like, breaking up the flow right here, I don't think that sounded good. But overall, I think the beginning of it was good. I think the delivery, I think so far, this is definitely up there with the best delivery so far. I'll have to go back and listen back at the Jess and Motif verses, because I can't remember. I never commented on their delivery, so I need to go back and listen to those again. All right. Goddamn, 11 verses. So yeah, that was Low Country. So next up is Dags G. What was it? Jeezy.
Man, this right here kind of ridiculous. Low.
Every time I touch the mic and bar, then a trouble heart get to shed all, or maybe some of that guilt and shame and the trauma that I was part. Carnage and pain like chains, man, that's a lot. Listening to tales every day, no change. Is there any way things fading away? To abandon his ways, he gets down and he prays, Lord, I need help, this cup take away.
Every time I touch the mic and burden to trouble heart gets shed. All or maybe some of that. Like, once again, heart doesn't rhyme with anything in here. And it wasn't even like, oh yeah, but they're, because obviously, once again, this is somebody who at least isn't, like, American. I'm thinking maybe they're, like, Caribbean, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not great when it comes to accents, all right? But, yeah, so it wasn't even, like, a situation where their accent made heart sound like that. But obviously, it does rhyme with part, so they're kind of doing, like, a every other sort of thing. But, and they did make a lot rhyme with that in a way. Let me go back to it.
That I was part carnage and pain like chains, man, that's a lot. Listening to tales low. Every time I touch the mic and bar, then a trouble heart get to shed all, or maybe some of that guilt and shame and the trauma that I was part carnage and pain like chains, man, that's a lot. Listening to tales every day, no change. Is there any way things fading away? To abandon his ways, he gets down and he prays, Lord, I need help, this cup take away.
Usually, if I'm going to do, like, an every other rhyme scheme, I would also throw in some internals, because when you just jump into it, it can feel, like, really, just, the listener isn't necessarily ready for it, you know? So one way to do that is to ease them in with internal rhymes. So that way, when the ending of the bar doesn't rhyme, they still feel like it's good writing because there's internal rhymes, at least, you know? It's kind of like, I think one way that you could describe what I'm talking about is when it comes to chords. For instance, with Mac Miller's album Circles, the last song on it ends on an unstable chord, and as we all know, the beginning of the chord that plays on the very first track is actually the chord that leads from the unstable chord into a stable chord, making it, you know, sound good to the listener. So it's sort of a similar thing like that. When you don't have any rhymes, it can feel a little unfinished and leave the listener uneasy, which could be useful if that's what you're going for. If you're trying to make the listener feel uneasy in a song, that would actually not be a bad idea. But for this, I would say having internal rhymes so that the A-B rhyme scheme doesn't feel so jarring would probably be a good idea.
down and he prays, Lord, I need help, this cup take away.
Inequity of despair, precipitations in the air. Visibility isn't clear, don't know in which way to steer. On this road of life here, I'm drifting as I veer on a road that's empty, unequipped, missing my peers. On this road I drive forward towards my final horizon line. Corpse since demised, I've been orphaned by time. I need to focus more on why and what's important. Decide a proper location to strike before it's too late I collide.
So you could say that this has internal rhymes, but it's more so that one way to do it would just be to have this is bar, this is bar, this is bar, this is bar. So like if you're doing internal rhymes, it can also be a good idea to make it so that the internal rhymes don't rhyme with the main rhymes, you know? So like instead of inquiry of despair, precipitations in the air, it could be something like let me think. Inequity is apart, precipitations in the air. Visibility of the heart, don't know which way to steer, you know, that could have worked. So that it's actually more of an internal rhyme sort of situation going on. But I also think the delivery wasn't bad, but I think it could be better. I feel like they are, like, the delivery doesn't necessarily fit what they're rapping. The delivery was very, like, you know? And with, like, the corpses demised, that kind of works, but this is mostly about, this verse is, like, mostly about, you know, sadness. So feeling like a little bit more sad instead of grr would probably work. But yeah.
Things get better, just wait. I need to focus more on why and what's important. Decide a proper location to strike before.
And I think honestly the like in the end, the delivery actually gets a lot closer to what I would expect for this verse. It's a lot more mellow.
It's too late, I collide.
Things get better,
except for that collide.
We all battle complacency. Mine becomes a vacancy. But it gets better, baby, wait and see. We know how it feels to be down and now. Now that's gone and we have no doubts. One day, one day, one day, one day.
Okay. That was an interesting last verse, having it not be like a rapping verse, but instead of singing one. I will say, I'm not a great singer. Like, I'm not tone deaf, but I wouldn't do better than this. This dude did better than I would at singing. However, the singing was a little off at times. You can use a little bit of autotune, and it won't be noticeable. For instance, fucking, like, almost all singers nowadays use autotune in their songs. You don't notice Ariana using it, but she fucking uses it. But yeah, I liked that last verse. Once again, I think the only issue would be, like, the singing. It wasn't perfect or whatever, but I mean, it's pretty good still. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Big Jess and Motif. What was the other one that I talked about? I think it was Low Country was the other one that I liked the delivery of. Okay, let's see. So we want the second, and yeah, so probably here.
What is this? I can feel it in my soul. I felt the power of it and feel it. If you're in
woke up today and I stayed in the fog. Another verse spilled in my filled catalog.
There's beauty all around, you can see it and feel it. If you're in tune with the frequencies, God will reveal it. There's lessons in the loss, and when you start to understand it, no matter the outcome, you're never leaving empty-handed. I know there's more to this, I can feel it in my soul. I felt the power of a miracle, that's all I need to know. I've seen a flower grow through the concrete, so I know that anything is possible when my dreams seem beyond reach.
What is life beyond the blink and death beyond the passage? Heaven is a soundtrack of your life being remastered. I've been
Also, I will say Motif, like their delivery, their flow, their verse, just overall, so reminiscent of Nas. Like it's straight up giving New York State of Mind vibes.
As an outcast, cause I cast out with the world offers. I got fortune beyond the cash route. Walk through my valley of the shadow of death, where the spirit is the shield you use to batter your flesh. There's a bigger picture beyond gold stars and stickers. I rap for the food, you can keep the liquor.
Think about it.
I like Big Jess's delivery more. I think Motif could work on their delivery just a little bit, you know? Channel a bit more of that Nas. But let me also listen back on Low Country.
And then my gear to overwhelm the current of the sea. Man, I knew that life was hard, but I ain't seen what's in. As I steer through this storm, I sense fear, but nothing's near. I grab a helmet, then my gear to overwhelm the current of the sea. Man, I knew that life was hard, but I ain't seen what's in the deep.
Okay, yeah. I think Low Country has the absolute best delivery, but I think overall the best verse is probably Big Jess's. Just their delivery, their verse, the rhymes, just everything about it is good. There's nothing that I would strongly critique about their verse, you know? But I think that, like, Low Country has, like, almost, like, perfect delivery for their verse. I think their delivery is really good. Their writing just needs a little bit of work, I guess. I actually do like the writing for the most part of that of Low Country's verse. I just think the rhymes could be a little bit better. Yo, it was good. So yeah, I would definitely say that Big Jess has the standout verse, but Low Country has like the standout delivery. All right. Next up is Soda Kid. All right, give me a second here. All right, so this is the song that Soda Kid from Reddit sent in. It's by Zoe Lagana. Let's see if I can find it on Genius. Oh, wait, I spelled Zoe wrong. Okay, yeah, I can't find the lyrics. That sucks.
This might all be crazy, but I just can't stop thinking the way you're talking to me, like you're not paying attention. Trying to watch you closely, with the most discretion. So boy, just come on, tell me. I just want a sexy boy, just like a toy. Wanna get annoyed, want no McCoy. Wanna get enjoyed.
The vocals could be a little bit louder in the mix. Also, I have not actually watched that video yet. But yeah, so first off, right here, when I assume this is the hook, the music is drowning out the vocals a little bit. So in the mixing and mastering stages, just having the vocals be louder in the mix, so that when you master it, you know, the vocals, usually you want that to be the main thing in your mix. Oh, and then the other thing was, like, at the beginning, the
This might all be crazy.
the lyrics feel like a little bit offbeat at times. Like they're on beat, but like there's syllables that are not on the beat, you know?
Easy, but I just can't stop thinking.
Like the each beginning of each like bar is a little bit offbeat. Like in the beginning, that in the it sounds a little bit offbeat.
The way you're talking to me.
That right there sounded fine. The way you're talking to me, that sounded fine. Didn't sound like it was offbeat or anything.
Like you're not paying attention. Trying to watch you closely. I didn't really like falling, cause I know that I fall too deep. I never stop talking, so will that make you happy? What are your intentions? Or are
1 second.
So will that make you happy?
Yeah, okay. If you don't have a pop filter, using a pop filter, because you can actually...
So will that make you happy?
You can like hear the mic pop a little bit from the breath hitting it right here.
So will that make you happy?
You can hear it pop with the P. Happy, you know? And that's something you want to avoid when recording your music. So for me, I have 2 layers on my mic. So I have... I forgot what they're fucking called, but I have a pop filter, and then I have like one of those so I have like one of those things on my mic, the foam that goes onto the mic, and then I have a filter in front of it for double protection against popping.
What are your intentions? Or are you just gonna leave me? So I'm just gonna tell you.
And like this verse, all of it sounds on beat. So yeah, I think just like those first 2 lines just sounded a little bit offbeat is all.
I just want a sexy boy, just like a toy.
Oh, right there. Okay, 1 second.
I just want a sexy boy.
She says, is that late or early? 1 second.
I just want a sexy boy.
I'd have to go into FL Studio and like extract out the vocals, but I think it's late. I think the boy comes in a little late. I feel like it should come in.
I just want a sexy boy.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe 200 milliseconds late. I feel like it should come in on that do right before the bass hits.
I just want a sexy
Now.
boy.
So yeah, it's just slightly late. Also, I don't know if my now actually lined up with when I actually wanted it to be, because there is a small delay between what I'm hearing since I'm using Bluetooth headphones and what I'm saying. Oh, the other thing actually would be having some effects on the the hook. Let me see if I can find this on YouTube. Sexy boy Zoe Lagana. Is it only on Spotify? Let's see. I'm going to try something here. Let's try this. Damn, I cannot find this song anywhere except for Spotify. That sucks. What I was going to do is I was actually going to do like AI extraction to extract out the instrumental and the vocals. Because it's kind of hard to explain what I'm thinking. But what I'm thinking is, let me open up FL real fast. Go here, do this. Okay. I just want a sexy boy. Ooh, yeah. You know, just that sounds awful, but like, let's just go with it for now. Okay, so now imagine that actually sounded good. And we're going to turn on some vocal stuff. So yeah, something like probably what I have already should be good. I just want a sexy boy. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, no. You also probably want to layer it. You know what? You should layer your vocals as well. I don't think there's too much layering going on. Let me give it a listen. Yeah. So layering your vocals. So pretty much doing 2 takes of that hook. And then layering them on top of each other to give your vocals like more vibrance, you know? That could work. Oh, interesting. But yeah, definitely layering your vocals for the hook and adding some more effects to it. I feel like there could be some extra reverb, some delay. Could work. Because, like, the music sounds big, but the vocals don't. The vocals sound very flat when the music is, like, building up and whatnot. So you want your vocals to build up with the music by adding like effects such as reverb and delay and doing double vocals and whatnot. And then also on the ending of the hook, you could have like ad lib of like, ooh, sexy boy, you know, something like that.
Please don't go away, I'm begging you to stay. Deal with all my begging you.
I think the U comes in a little earlier. You can hear the U start before the kick happens. So yeah, retiming that, re-recording it, or going in and cutting up the vocals a little bit to retime it, pushing the U so it actually hits on the kick instead of before would work. But I actually really like the build up and delivery here. And then once again, I feel like vocal doubling, like having 2 or 3 vocals on that U could really like add some impact right there.
Sexy boy.
Like right here, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. That sounded really good. So yeah, just sort of doing more of like
I just want a sexy boy.
Doing more of that vocal doubling throughout the entire song, I feel like would help a lot in making your vocals feel fuller, and having them stand out a bit more within the overall mix.
Sexy boy, not just like a
And right there, I think the boy comes in earlier.
sexy boy, not just like a toy. What a sexy boy.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong with my assessment back here when I said that the boy was coming in too late. I think it was still coming in, maybe it was too early. Let me go back.
Will that make you happy? Just gonna tell you, just want a sexy boy, just like a sexy boy, just like a toy boy, just like.
Yeah, maybe it's coming in too early in both parts. Maybe it should happen on the kick. Oh no, it would have to be something that I would have to mess with to really figure out the timing.
Just want a sexy boy, not just like a toy. Wanna annoy, want no McCoy. Wanna get enjoy, just so hard to find. I'ma make it mine when the stars align. A sexy boy.
Overall, I honestly like it. I think there's like a lot of potential there. Just a bit more mixing, mastering, some more effects on the vocals, some like layering of the vocals, which was done a couple of times. I feel like it's underused, you know? I feel like the vocal doubling could be used a lot more. And like that would really add some flavor to the vocals. But yeah, I like that. All right. Let me real fast. So that was Soda Kid 1. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Ochestu. Oh, we have a new submission. Discomalaria. That is a very interesting name. All right. So this one is from Ochestu, who, let me check. I believe they were another person who posted from Reddit, right? I can't remember. I need to check. For, there's some people from Reddit who posted, and so I'm like... Oh, let me also, Okay, so back to here. We have, so yeah, that was Soda Kid. So I'm not seeing a post from Ochestu. So I'm gonna assume they're not somebody from Reddit then. The only reason that I bring that up is for some people from Reddit, I'm actually creating clips. So I start a recording of me reacting to it so I can send it to them. But yeah. Okay, shaded harmonics. Damn, that is a setup. Holy shit. And we can see right here that they actually have a drum pad like up this way. I think that's a looper right there. I don't know what the fuck this is. They got like fucking 3 pianos, dude. What a setup. 1 second. Oh shit, does this also have... Okay, no, I don't think those are drum pad buttons. Oh my god. We have the mixer right here. What the fuck? Dude, that's a crazy setup. Yo, does he have one of those mouth tubes as well? Yo, is that a keytar? What the fuck? Yeah, that's a looper. Ah, using... Okay. We have a bass line now. Oh, is this like a visual metronome? Oh, that's sick. So does this have 5 looping tracks? That's crazy. Also, I gotta say, those fucking sunglasses are sick. What the fuck do those buttons do? Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, that's sick! Oh, I want that. What the fuck is that? I want it. Yo! Dude, I want to fucking sample this for a beat. What the hell? Can he change the octave with that shit? Is that what he's doing with this hand? Whoa! Staccato? Right? Staccato is when you do that? I think that's what it's called. God damn it. I don't know my terms. Oh my god! Dude, that slide was sick. Messing with the mixer now. Dude, how is he looping it? I didn't see him press any loop buttons for this shit. What the fuck? Oh, is that the loop? Oh, that's what those buttons are. It's for looping. Okay. I couldn't even tell these were buttons. It just looked like a big-ass pad. Oh, were each of these pads set to different... So he's muting some of the... Oh my god. Okay, one second. I need to do something. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's about 1:31 BPM ish. Oh my god! Yo, this a UK drill sample, bro. Ah, the crashes, bro. Dude, I can already hear the UK drill, bro. I might do something after this stream, I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy. Oh my god. Oh, I'm just like stank face all the way right now, bro. This is crazy. Goddamn. Ooh. Bro is having a migraine while doing this. That's crazy. Yeah, bro got like the whole home studio going on. That's insane. Oh my god. Like, I thought I had a lot of music equipment, dude. I got a DJ turntable set. I got 3 guitars, 1 acoustic, 2 electric. I got an electric bass guitar. I have like multiple drum pads. I think I have like 2 drum pads, and then I have like 2 electric pianos. And I thought I had a lot of music equipment. I got a fucking electric drum set as well. I thought I had a lot of music equipment, but my god, this dude probably like outpaces me so much. Holy shit. Yo, I just noticed the fucking pedal. What the shit? So is this a window, or is this just open? Oh wait, is bro singing? I didn't even notice. I thought that was another pad. That's crazy. Dude, if I watch anymore, my mental state is going to decrease so much because this is just too awesome. Bro, where do you live? I need to come to your home studio. I need to see all this equipment. That is fucking awesome. That is so cool. Oh my god. Does he list his... Oh my god, he does. I'm assuming this is that thing. It better be. I need to know what that thing is. Oh, no, that's the... Oh. Wait, that's not even a keytar. What the fuck is that? Yeah, that's the thing that was back here. Wait, is that an electric flute? What the fuck? Oh my god. I need to send that to one of my friends. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I bet it's this one, isn't it? It is. Bro. How much is it? It's probably gonna be like $1,000, dude. I'm gonna cry. Show me where to buy it, please. Okay, well, that's not happening. Let's see, how much is this one? Jesus Christ. Oh, music equipment, why do you cost so fucking much? I mean, it makes sense, you know, it's kind of a niche product, realistically, if you think about it. You know, there's not, like, millions of musicians, or at least millions of musicians who can afford something like that. So it's understandable that it costs as much as it does. I'm just sad. Okay, I think we're done here. I have nothing to say. This is amazing. This is like far better than what I could do. I have nothing to say. Besides, I'm just impressed and depressed. Okay. Moving on. Next up, we have Discomalaria. And this will most likely be the last person, unless somebody else decides to throw in a song. Let's see. God damn it. I thought I did this. Yes, rap, motherfucker. Okay. So this is Out of Time. Oh, that's really interesting. I actually know a band called Itis who has a song called Out of Time, but theirs is 10 minutes, so... Ooh! Ooh, I love that kick. Ooh. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh my god. Holy.
Myself into an early grave. Nobody cared about the life I gave.
Oh, let me actually... Okay, yeah. Sorry.
I didn't do any crimes. I just ran out of time. I just ran out of time.
I know the name for this genre. It's psycho funk. That's what I would call this genre, psycho funk. Psychedelic mixed with funk, but also like depressing as shit, psycho funk. Or psychotic. It's so depressing that it just turns right back around into just being psychotic.
I hid away all that was mine. But then I ran out of time.
Oh! I heard the little record scratch sound.
And then I ran out of time.
Whoa! Oh, shit. Oh, drums picking up. Okay, that was dope. I think the only thing I could really say is the bass line is really dope, and as an artist, I can guess that, like, you want that bass to be like the bass is the main character of the song, you know? But usually if you're gonna have an instrument be a main character in a song, you either don't want vocals or you want something like most electronic music, where the vocals are more of a sample chop than they are an actual, like the vocals are more of an instrument than they are a character in the music, you know? And so I feel like that's, like, the only thing that I would say is, like, it's kind of like having two main characters. It's clashing a little bit. In music, you really only ever want one main character, and that's why you have guitar solos, you know? You don't really have vocals over top of a guitar solo. So this is kind of like a bass solo that's going on, but then you have the vocals on top of it. So during the vocal parts, you know, I think, or I guess it would be the opposite. During the instrumental parts, you can have the bass be louder, but for the majority of the song, you probably want the bass to be quieter. And maybe not as, like, in your face as it is. So, like, having a simpler bass line during the vocals, and then when it gets to the instrumental breaks, like the beginning or the ending, then you can go back to having that really awesome bass line. But yeah, like for instance, Red Hot Chili Peppers, they have those really awesome bass lines, and they are the main character at the beginnings and ends of the songs a lot of the times. But when the vocals come in, they are very much the main character, you know? And the bass line is still groovy, it's still fun, but it's not as main character, it's not as all over the place, and it's not as loud. You know, the vocals are always much louder than the bass line in the Red Hot Chili Pepper songs. So, like, having the bass be a little bit quieter, except for the intro and outros. You can have, like, some bass solos and whatnot in there. But having two main characters makes it really clashing, because then it's like, oh, I like that bass line. Ooh, but I want to hear what the vocals are saying. Ooh, but I really like that bass line. And so it's really hard to just focus on one or the other. And in my opinion, that brings down the experience of listening to the song, but that's just me. But yeah, I honestly really like it. I really dig the vibe. Like, psycho funk, that's a genre that I would love. I didn't know I needed it until now. That was awesome. All right, yeah, it seems like... Oh, wait, actually, there is one more that I need to go over. I almost forgot about this. So this was a submission from Reddit, which means I will be recording my reaction. All right, so this is from the Reddit user Paul Mauld, and so they're called Bomberdost. I have no idea what to expect from this. When I saw, like, all of the artwork and whatnot, my assumption was heavy metal. Okay, this is more like just kind of 70s, or not 70s, well, yeah, like 70s, 80s rock, you know? It's kind of like old school rock a little bit. Ooh.
lasts longer than the peak. Patience is short, these drugs ain't cheap. Addition by subtraction, omissions, reactions. More my nightmare than my dream. No rest in your proximity.
Yeah, it's kind of like giving like Kiss vibes, you know, like hair metal. In a way. Oh, yeah, this is really interesting. There's also like a lot of punk rock, even a little bit of modern punk influence in there. Ooh. Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, it's like oh, what's the artist I'm thinking of? It's kind of like oh, it starts not the Rascals. My God, how am I blanking on this name? Let me do 90s, because I believe they were a 90s band. Actually, they might have been before the 90s a little bit. Let's try 80s? Then again, they were also a lesser known band. I don't think I have them in my list of musicians that I have music downloaded for, sadly. Aw, man, this really sucks. I can't think of them. Oh, wait. Wasn't the Ramones, obviously. The Descendants? I didn't know they were actually the 70s. Okay. Yeah, it's giving a little bit of Pennywise, but that's not who I'm thinking of. Rancid! Jesus Christ. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah. This, like... The energy there is giving, like, so much Rancid, you know? So much. Yeah, definitely getting Rancid vibes here.
Magnify my solitude, lying low, ignoring you, silent and it's deafening. Quietude, lost and found, entangled but still tightly wound, overthinking everything. Break the chains, let freedom ring. Teasing at your leave, take my map, plot around. Love when the trash takes itself out. Grinning unbelief, don't let my door hit your ass. When the trash takes itself
Okay, I'm gonna listen to, yeah, let's go with, Ruby Soho's pretty good. I want to listen to Rancid real fast, because I want to figure out, like, before I say anything about the mixing, I should also compare it to, like, who I think, at least, is the most influence so I can compare it, you know? Because while I have my own opinions of how I would, like, mix my own music, just because that's how I like it doesn't mean that's how it should be, you know? Okay, yeah. So I don't know if they have a bass player. I think I heard a bass, but if there is a...
Your energy depletes my peace. The crash lasts longer than the peak. Patience is short, these drugs ain't cheap. Addition by subtraction, omissions, reactions. More my nightmare than
Okay, yeah, they do have a bass player. Oh, I love... Yo, this is actually such a fun-looking group. Let me give a listen to another song real fast. Yeah, there's definitely a bass in there, but, like... There is just... Here, I can actually show it visually. This is what I feel like the EQ looks like. It looks like they just cut a lot of the bass out. And that might be the way that they mix and mastered, or it might be their recording setup. I'm not sure. But yeah, I would suggest making the bass louder. Also, I just realized I was thinking of a different band. Rancid. I mean, yeah, there was a little bit of Rancid, but no, what band am I thinking of? Oh my god. Like, there is a little bit of Rancid, but yeah, no. It's not Rancid. It might have been, what was the other band that I saw when I looked it up? 1 second. Yeah, I think Pennywise is probably more so. I mean, a little bit. Because, like, if we go with, yeah, Fuck Authority, you know, I love that. I love this song. I love this song so much. Oh, Dead Kennedys. You know what? Yeah, probably more so him. And yeah, so I think the only other thing that I would say... Yeah, even the kick on the drums is, like, really quiet. So, yeah, just bringing up the bass, even if that's in post, like, maybe the recording, when you guys record it, maybe the bass is really quiet. So, like, what you could do is you could go into, like, your, whatever your program of choice is and just, like, bring that bass up a lot. For instance, like an FL, if I wanted to do that, I would just go into here, you know, put, like... on the master, I would just do like a quick EQ, and then I would just like do that, make the bass a little bit louder. But yeah, that's really the only thing I would have to say is that the bass is just really quiet. But I honestly really like the sound. This is something my dad would enjoy. I think I will be definitely showing you guys to my dad. I think he would love some of these songs. So you guys only on Bandcamp? Let me check. Let's see. Bomberdost. Assumedly only on Bandcamp. Oh, they are here! Nice. Let me see. Okay, yeah, the mixing sounds a little better here, actually. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it was a problem with Bandcamp. Let me reanalyze now. I think the crash, the crashing of the drums is very loud. I think that's really the only thing. Like the crashing, the crash on the drums drowns out some of the other instruments a lot of the times. Yeah. I think maybe instead of, now that I've heard this mix version, I think what I would actually suggest is the hi-hat, or just the highs in general, are a little rough on the ears. Yeah. So like the high end, you could bring that down a little bit, because it's the high end is a little bit rough on the ears. Yeah, I think really the only thing that I would say is that or on your mixer when you're recording, since, is there only one mic for the drums? If you have mics on the crashes specifically, you could try turning down the volume on the cymbals on your mixer, so that they're not as loud as the other sounds. I think that would be a good idea. And I would still say that the bass could be a little bit louder. Like, I think in the beginning, the bass is honestly pretty good. Maybe just a little bit louder. There's also a little bit of noise on the guitar, but sometimes you can't help that, to be fair. So yeah, definitely just making the bass sounds a little bit louder. So the bass, the kick on the drums, that stuff. I think, honestly, the EQing of the vocals is really good. There's not too much bass, there's not too much high end on the vocals. The vocals sound really good. They sound very clean. Yeah, so I think the only things are kick and bass could be louder, and the hi-hats slash mostly the cymbals and the crashes, those could be quieter. And I think that's all I have to say. I honestly really like the music. Yeah. I will be showing my dad your music because I'm sure my dad's gonna love this. And I also see that you guys are from, I think it said New Jersey is what it said on your Bandcamp, right? So maybe, possibly, he might show up to one of your shows. There's a good chance he might. I'm not gonna lie. He goes to concerts like once a month at least. I think he's going to 2 concerts in like 1 month soon. Like 2 concerts within the same month. I don't know which month it is, but it's happening soon. But yeah, I really liked it. I just think that the mixing could be a little bit better, and that's about it. Alright, so it seems like that is all that has been submitted. And to be fair, you know what? Almost hit the 2-hour mark, so I'm okay with that. I also need to stop the recording. I'm stupid. Okay, now I also need to retitle it. Videos. And rename this one as Bomberdost. And then I'll send it to them through their email or something. Alright. So, yeah. I will probably be doing these, like, maybe once a week. You know? Maybe I'll do it, like, every Tuesday. I'm not sure. But hopefully you found my critiques helpful. But I'm not gonna lie, I liked all of the songs. I wouldn't say that there was like a bad song submitted, you know? But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.